Hey guys, and welcome to Sisters in the City with me, Anna Vakili.
And me, Mandy Vakili.
We are back again, and today is actually Father's Day.
It is.
But when this episode actually comes out, it's going to be a few weeks after us because we're having to pre-record again.
So I hope you had a lovely Father's Day.
Yeah, we're going to go. Mandy's baking him a cake and my mum's cooking. I think he's at Mandy's house right now waiting for us to get there. But I think he's happy that he's just alone with my mum right now.
Yeah.
Because, you know, he's like obsessed with my mum.
What is going on with our mum and dad? They're not together. They're separated, but they're like always together.
Yeah, so they only actually separated 2 years ago.
No, more, Anna. They separated when I met Gingerbeard.
So 3 years ago.
I was like, bro, I met you and my parents have separated my whole life. All I've ever known is my parents have been together my whole life, 32 years of my life. And then I meet you.
Suddenly
my parents are like separating. And that was a really hard time, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
really hard time for us.
We can actually talk about that on an episode.
Yeah, that could be a whole ass episode on its own.
Yeah, it can. But it's for the best though.
Yeah, but now they're like best friends. My mom, she doesn't want to like admit that she wants to spend time with him. She like makes excuses like, oh, I've made all this food. I feel really bad for your dad. Like, maybe I should call him and just tell him to eat, you know, because he doesn't get really lovely Iranian home cooked food. Really, she just wants to spend the day with him, like talking and watching Persian news. And she's like, Mandy, why don't you call him? Because when I call him, he gets really cocky. I was like, bro, you call him yourself?
Yeah.
And then she calls him and he comes.
And he'll make any excuse to go and see my mum. I bought her fresh Iranian bread from the Iranian shop and anything just to be able to go and see my mum.
He'll make any excuse.
It's really cute.
And then she like wants to spend time with him. He wants to spend time with her, but they're not in a relationship. So it's like platonic. Do you know what it is? You know, it's old school, Iranian, traditional, like they're like family now. They're like blood.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
They've known each other. They've been in each other's lives day in, day out. They live together for what? Longer than me and you were born. So like what? Like for 37 years they lived together, whatever. They're probably like
so used to each other. Addicted to each other, probably. I know.
It's a toxic addiction.
But yeah, I think he's glad that we're, you know, a bit late, running late, going home.
He wants me to bake him a cake, yeah? I've now been lumped with this baking responsibility in the family. I wanted the Victoria sponge cake recipe online. I baked a Victoria sponge cake. Ever since then, every time there's any sort of event, Mandy, will you bake us cake?
I know, it's like Mandy's really good at baking.
Really?
That one cake she bakes. That one cake that...
She's really good at baking.
I mean, it's not like...
That one cake.
Because when I say baking, people are going to think that you can come out with like a carrot cake and this, that, but you can't. You can just make one cake, but it's amazing.
I should try though, innit?
I know. Yeah, you should.
I can't be asked this long. It's meant to be the easiest cake, Victoria sponge cake, and I find it so hard. So imagine what other cakes are like.
Yeah, I know. We're not about that life. We're not about that life.
So anyway, my mum's been lumped with the cooking. She's making Persian food.
I cannot wait. But so we are pre-recording because we're going to Athens for a wedding.
Yes.
Which I'm really excited about.
Me too. I'm so excited as well.
I'm so excited just to be in a wedding. Like, I don't go to enough weddings. Like, I don't go to any weddings. Why?
This is the problem when you have no friends. No, honestly, I'm not joking.
No, do you know what it is? I feel like I have friends, but it's not close enough to invite me to their wedding.
Because they're not friends and they're people you know.
What do you mean? Like, for example, I've got friends. Like, I mean, I know what you mean. They're people I know.
They're not your friends. Stacey's saying on the podcast, my friends aren't inviting me to their wedding.
I don't know. For example, like Amy Hart. Like, I think she's my friend.
She's not your friend though.
Well, I thought she was my friend, but I don't think I'm not invited to her wedding.
They're your friend.
I'm not invited to
have a friendship.
True, we don't have like
a friendship.
I mean, since the villa, we haven't been able to hold onto that friendship.
Yeah, you have love and you care for each other, and you're, you know, you're acquainted. Is that what you call it? Do you know what? I have a million people like that.
Yeah,
that I have love for, and I care about them.
Exactly.
And honestly, like I would, their loyalty. I'll be like, I've got their best interests at heart. I'll be loyal to them. But we have no friendship.
That's how I think I feel about Amy. Like, I really care about her, love her, but I mean, I'm not invited.
You're not invited to a wedding. Yeah.
No, I'm not invited. I'm not. I mean, you know.
It is what it is.
It's fine.
We're just never going to get to that level.
Fine.
We're like the outer layer onions. We can never penetrate. We can never become like the middle part of the onion for people.
I'm trying to think as well. And then all the friends that I've had that I like have penetrated, not in that one.
The friends that penetrated us, we penetrated them.
I'm not talking about men. I'm talking about girls.
Oh no, I'm talking about girls as well. I'm talking about the onion.
Yeah.
The onion allergy.
Some people might not know what we're talking about.
You don't know about the onion analogy, okay? There's friendship layers. Friendship layers are like the outer onion where you're not invited to the wedding.
Yeah.
There's the middle one that you die if they died.
Yeah, so the really close ones. And all the friends that I've had that are like, maybe not even the inner, that they would die if they die kind of thing. Like just like middle, like close enough.
Middle onion. Best time part to eat.
Close
really,
enough to invite to their wedding. Just don't get married because they're like me and you, and they just, all of them are just
Life's
the same
a
as
mess,
us.
basically.
But we have actually got one friend that's getting married
She's
soon.
getting married, was just dying for it. She's like, at least we can just be our friend. We have a friend
that got married.
A real deeper level onion friend that's getting married.
I know.
And I can't wait.
Yeah, me too.
And that is like going to be like, you know when it's someone so close to you, but like, it's just at your wedding.
Yeah.
Like you're that celebrating, like you're going mad.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But also, what I was going to say.
But why? Why?
Gingerbeard's got so many friends, and that means so many stag do's, so many birthdays, so many weddings. And then there's me just waiting for 2 people to settle down.
No baby showers,
Literally, no baby showers, nothing, no
Nothing.
birthdays, nothing.
That's so sad.
That's why I want to start making friends with all these girls that want to make friends with me. So many girls want to make friends with me. And you know what? Gingerbeard would hate it, yeah?
Because, but Maddie, to be fair, like if you wanted, you could have a billion friends.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to be your friend.
Do they?
I mean, people want to be my friend, but they want to be more your friend.
I don't think though.
Because you're funny.
No, people on the podcast, but I don't think other people really want to be my friend.
Or because you're funny.
I don't think people want to be my friend. No, I think people that watch the podcast want to be my friend.
Well,
I don't think other people who know me and don't watch podcasts want to be my friend. I think they find me a bit strange. Sometimes I'm talking to someone and I'm socializing and I can see in their eyes, they're looking at me like, she's strange.
Oh my God, I felt like that as well recently. I think I'm a bit strange too. Honestly. And I get like, you know, like socially awkward.
But you're not strange at all.
I get socially awkward around, I've always said this, around other influencers or people in this industry. I get socially awkward. I don't know why. And then I start talking absolute gibberish. Like I swear to God, the other day at the event, I was talking to Georgia Harrison and I think she must have thought I was a weirdo because I was like, well, in life, you know, you become strong and these things. I don't know what the fuck I was talking about, but I don't think I was making sense at one point.
I think you make sense. I think I'm the real strange one.
I walked away from the conversation. I walked away from the conversation like she must think I'm an absolute weirdo. Like she must think I'm a weirdo.
I say things that I basically confess to being like a bad person to people. It's really weird. Like, and I'm not even a bad person. Like I make out like, I don't know. I say things that are borderline offensive. I don't know. It's really weird.
So basically, we're going to this wedding in Athens, and since we don't have much experience on weddings, I'm like confused.
Sound like that woman from fucking Piers Morgan's. That Martha.
I don't know exactly what I meant to be wearing. So I was like going on House of CB, trying to find a dress. And then Mandy was like, you know, she's not going to wear something booby.
Gingerbeard told me not to wear something booby.
And then I was like, well, I'm not going to be wearing something like booby like this, like open like that. But I just thought normal cleavage, like a bitch just went and got her boobs done, you know. I don't want to be hiding them. I just thought normal, like normal booby. And then I don't know if that's going to be too much.
I don't know what the difference between normal booby. I don't know what normal booby means.
Just like that. Like I'd say cleavage is when it's like that.
I don't know. So I thought she was doing like booby. Gingerbeard was like, don't wear something booby. And then I started to have this whole dilemma. Like, what do people wear to weddings?
Yeah.
Like,
and then I see something with clips saying like, you shouldn't wear pale colours.
So I knew that, anyone could know that, right?
Pale colours?
Yeah.
What do you mean pale colours? Because the dress that I'm waiting to come in the post is like a pale pink.
Anything close to the colour white should never be worn in a wedding.
Pale colours, though, might not be close to white. Like pale pink isn't white, but it's pale pink.
I don't know how pale it is, bruh.
I've showed you the picture.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I have the House of CB dress.
No, you didn't show me a pale pink one. Fucking hell, I was getting real here. But I've asked, like, one of my mates that are getting married, I asked her, what do you want me to wear? And she said, I want you guys to wear champagne. Champagne is quite, you know,
Who?
One of our friends.
Oh, yeah.
So she wants us to wear like something which is, you know, I would say champagne could be not that far off from like white. It's, you know, not that far off the spectrum.
Yeah.
But when I don't know someone and they haven't told me anything, like I'd avoid any colours close to white.
I wouldn't wear champagne because I feel like champagne is very close to white. It's cream.
Yeah.
Cream is close to white. But pale pink is like pink. Let me show you. 1 minute. What the fuck is it?
And then anyway, I saw on like the Nip and Tuck podcast, there was a clip and they were talking about, you know, things that are inappropriate, like, you know, cleavage or like pale colours. And I said it to Anna and I was like, look, I'm not the only one who thinks it. Then I'm not the only one who said it.
I mean, pale colours, I was shocked. And like a very, very cleavagey, I'd say,
Pale colours, you were shocked about what?
Like, for example, this, like, that's not the pale colour at all. It is, guys. What would you say? Like, I don't know if you can see it.
That's not pale, that's like coral. That's pink. It's not pale.
Okay, I don't know what you mean by pale. Maybe we're just getting confused.
Yeah, no.
Or what you mean.
I would say like this would be a little bit lighter than this. A little bit lighter than this.
How? That's
like,
grey.
I would.
Yeah, but that's grey.
I'm wearing silver, but I'm wearing dark silver.
I just don't think, how could that, do you think that's bad to wear like a...
Like, do you know what? I don't fucking know, man.
I don't know, you guys tell us. I think like if it's too sexy, like too sexual, then I think that's disrespectful.
100%.
Like a normal cleavage, I mean, I don't think you should have to cover up your boobs. Like,
no.
I think that's a bit...
No.
I mean,
I agree.
You know,
I agree.
Yeah, that's a bit too much. Like, you have to cover up your boobs.
Yeah, but yes, when you have very big boobs and when you have very up boobs, like you've got very up boobs, I've got quite big boobs.
Shout out to Dr. Sir Khan because he's the best surgeon in the world and he's changed my life and my boobs are amazing. Sorry, but I have to just shout out to him. Yeah. Because I absolutely, I love him.
I'm going to him as well.
I love him. I will literally, like, I will kiss his hands because he's like, he's changed my life. He has changed my life. And do you know what's so weird? At the end of the podcast last week with Nip and Tuck, I was like about, this surgeon, he's changed my life, Dr. Serkan. She was like, oh my God, he did my boobs as well.
She loved him as well.
Everyone's I've met, like...
Yeah, only good stories.
Only good stories. Anyway, so what were you saying? Yeah, if you have big
when
boobs.
you've got really big boobs, anything with like, you know, which has some cleavage, it always looks like so much.
Yeah, I know.
Like, imagine a girl right now and she's got like 3 times the size of my boobs, like really big boobs, yeah? And like, she picks an outfit with a little cleavage. For her, it won't be a little cleavage. For her, it'll be so much.
Yeah, and that's what I said to Calzic because he was like, oh, you should have got your boobs bigger. Like, if you were going to do it, why didn't you just get it bigger? And I was like, already, everything I wear, it looks extra slutty because of my boobs, let alone if it was bigger. It's going to even look even more slutty.
Yeah, I personally, I want mine bigger.
Yeah.
I've always, like, for myself, I've always said it as well. Remember, I like really big boobs.
And
in fact, like, I kind of regret, I went for a reduction, remember?
Yeah.
And it still came out bigger, which for me was quite lucky because I would not have been happy if it was smaller. But anyway, yeah, what you wear really depends on your body.
I mean, and so I'm stuck on like I can't find anything that's appropriate for a wedding guest outfit. Like, it's either too sexy or it's got like, I don't know, is it okay to have cut out bits on it? You know, when it's cut out the stomach. Like, me and my boyfriend's brother's sister, so basically like my sister-in-law, she was like confused with me as well. She was like, is this okay? It's got cut out. There's like the stomach. Is that disrespectful? We both like, I don't have any idea. So it's all a bit confusing.
I think for weddings, like, they're a rare event and very rare occasion. And most of the time we're going dinners, holidays, bars, clubbing. We've got all the days of the week and all the months in the world to, you know, be sexy or, you know, be standout-ish. I think weddings are a time to be elegant and classy.
Yeah, I know, but
you can be elegant and classy and still show skin. So it's just about choosing the right outfit.
That's why it's really confusing, because it's like you can still have a really classy dress that's got cut 100% out at the stomach, but is that okay? I don't know. Like, I mean, personally, I don't want to wear one, but
for a holiday wedding, I would think like cut out in the abdomen area is okay because it's a holiday like
destination.
Maybe not in the UK. Yeah, not in the UK.
Yeah.
It really depends as well. Like, I don't know, on like their family and like the way they are.
Exactly, yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's very true.
Like, if you're going to Cardi B's wedding, do you think she's going to give a shit? No.
Yeah, I get what you mean. That is very true. I mean, we're going to a Greek Cypriot wedding, so we don't know what they're like.
Yeah, I do know, like, Gingerbeard's family, when I went to his sister's christening, everyone was dressed quite conservative, and his family is just like that. Like, because obviously you go to church and then you go to the venue, but everyone's dress is quite like reserved and modest. So when I put an outfit on, I chose it from House of CB, and the girl on the picture didn't look like she had cleavage. When I put it on, I was like, hello, Katie Price. I was like fucking tits out. So I couldn't take my coat off. I had to leave the church, go back home, because Gingerbeard was like, what the hell? And his sister was like, yeah, like maybe change. Had to go home and then change and then come back to the venue, because it's not that, it's like, it's my partner's family and they would never judge me ever. but it's just how I would feel in that place.
I think that's what it boils down to, like how I would feel.
Yeah.
So like if I put on a dress and I feel like, or I feel uncomfortable,
yeah.
I don't want to feel uncomfortable.
That's literally what it is. Because I would have never, come on, it's my boyfriend's sister's christening, his mom and dad know me, his sisters know me. Like no one's going to be like, oh my God, what the fuck is she wearing? They'll be like, oh, like she's the main person at this event. Like no one can really say she's one of the main people at this event. But I just felt awkward.
Yeah, but I'm really excited just to go to a wedding. Like we need that kind of manifestation and energy in our life. Like good, happy things, you know.
And then Gingerbeard sent me a fucking meme the other day of like some guy throwing the bouquet behind him and all the groomsmen are like
running away.
Yeah, from
I love that scene in Sex and the City though, when they throw the bouquet and all the women just like, it just drops on the floor. I'm not running for no bouquet.
No,
don't get me. I am not running for no bouquet. Like
that tradition needs to stop.
Yeah, I'm not running for no bouquet.
Because I swear only women do it. Do men do it as well? It's the woman that does it.
It's the women.
Yeah. But I mean, maybe.
Oh, there you go. Anyway, guys, today we thought we'd come back with some dilemmas. We haven't done them for a long time.
I love doing dilemmas.
Me too.
I love it.
It's fun. I get to read all your crazy ass problems. I think most of them are Patreon dilemmas. I try and get through more Patreon dilemmas than Instagram ones because obviously they are our besties and we have to help them out. I caught my boyfriend of 5 years texting his friend saying he hooked up with a girl, kissed her and did stuff. When I asked him, he said he was just showing off to his friend and he was saying it's all in my head and he swears to Lord that he didn't hook up. Should I believe him?
He swears to Lord. Oh, he swears to fucking Lord. Oi, I will be turning the house upside down.
I mean, why do you need to show off to your friends? Like, do you want to be a cheat in front of your friends? Is that showing off? Like,
I don't believe this anyway.
Yeah,
I don't believe it.
No, I don't.
I just do not. Like, I was trying. But you know what? You never know, man. Men are so sad, man. Men are so sad.
So I like
showing off, like when you're single, like, oh yeah, fuck this girl, fuck that girl. But showing off when you're in a relationship, showing off that you're a cheat is like what?
That's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to say.
So basically, men are impressed by evilness,
by cheats,
by being a bad person.
Exactly.
That says a lot about them.
I read this dilemma to my boyfriend last night, and I was like, I read it out. I was like, should she believe him? Do you think it could be a thing that like he's lying to his friend to show off?
Would Cowslick believe?
Right. And he was like, no. So he goes, nah, he's chatting shit. I was like, really? Like, have you not experienced? I'm sure you've had friends that have lied to you guys and pretended they've hooked up with loads of girls.
While they have a girlfriend?
While they're seeing someone and they haven't when they haven't actually hooked up.
Yeah.
It's happened before, right? So could this guy be doing the same thing? And he was like, yeah, true. So it's like, it could be true. Like, I'm not out here saying 100% he's lying. It could be true because, I mean, I've seen it before that men be lying to try and look cool in front of their friends.
But to be fair, if I'm the woman in this situation, though, I'm not fucking believing him, though.
No.
I ain't believing him. Like, I need real ass proof. Like, I need to find out.
The problem here, is that even if he was pretending and trying to show off to his friend, for me, that's enough.
That's cheating.
That's enough. Like, it's not cheating, but it's enough to show me that you're scum. And I don't.
So let me explain my point of view to you. Yeah? For you to brag and boast that you have cheated on me to your friend in order to impress them, you've already demonstrated the possibility and the potential you have to cheat, because you have already demonstrated that you do not believe it to be a sinful, immoral, deceitful, wrong thing.
And you've already disrespected me in front of other people.
Yeah.
You've embarrassed me and disrespected me in front of other people. One thing, like, really important in a relationship is to have respect for your partner in front of other people.
Yeah, but someone that lies about it, Anna, they would do it. Because you're portraying that it's an impressive, glamorized thing to do. Like, you now already in your head believe that betraying and cheating on my girlfriend will give me a sort of like power trip and like reward, and I will be like, you know, leveled up in the boys kind of eyes.
But that's what boys are like, though. They think that things like this is cool.
Yeah, but he must also think that. No. Do you know what I mean? He also thinks it's cool. So you already
not always. Some people, they just do it because they think it's cool, but they don't actually inside of them think that it's cool.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Like, Yeah,
if
just to
if a guy would
impress.
be like, why would I do that? Because I don't care if they think it's cool. I know it's not cool and I know it's wrong.
No, not everyone's like that. Oh my God, so many men will pretend things even though they may not think it's cool themselves just to impress them other boys.
Yeah.
Like that was a huge thing in even that show, Confession Tapes, when the young boys were pretending to be murderers and the guy was pretending to he had killed his parents just to get in and look cool in front of a gang of other men. Like it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Like I'm obsessed with that episode. I watched like 10 times the first episode on Confession Tapes. Like whereas he probably we don't know, but I don't think he actually did commit that crime, and he probably thinks it was a horrible crime, but he just said it so that he can look cool in front of these other boys. Like it's a thing, you know.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
He may not. I just still don't think it justifies it. He may not himself think it's okay, but just the fact that you have disrespected me in front of these other people.
Made me a laughing stock, made me a mug.
Exactly. That's the main thing, I think. That's the biggest thing.
And not only that, like no one's ever gonna, like your girl would never believe you. That's gonna have trust issues for life now. So one of my ex-boyfriend's friends, Anna, yeah, he had a girlfriend, okay?
Right.
And he basically told my ex-boyfriend and my ex-boyfriend's mates, like, oh my God, I've just like had sex with a few girls. Like I played my girl, I cheated on my girlfriend, and I've been fucking like these girls on holiday. And my ex-boyfriend and his mates were like laughing because they were like 100% this is a lie. Like
Right.
they know 100% this is a lie, right? Mate, I kicked off and I got angry at my ex. I got so angry. Do you know why? Because I was like, why is your immediate first response, oh my God, what a weirdo, he's fucking lying. Like, oh my God, what a weirdo, he's fucking lying, man. I'm sex with girls you're sex with. Your first immediate response should be, don't you have a girlfriend, mate?
And
like,
then?
why am I here trying to figure out whether you're lying or not? I should be, as a friend, saying to you, don't you have a girlfriend?
Like if one of my girls that had a man, like came up to me and was like, oh, I slept with someone, whether she be lying or not, we don't do that. But even, whether she be lying or not, I'd be like, babe, your man. I'll tell her straight. Why are you doing that? Like,
because you know what? I swear to God, there are exceptions, but most of the time when men are cheating on their girlfriend, their mates will egg it on and be like, yeah, she'll never find out. Yeah. Oh yeah, fuck it, we're men.
yeah, boys on the day.
Do you know why? Because they're haters, because they're fucking jealous, because they're bitter, because they don't want to see a happy, successful, you know, flourishing relationship. They don't have their own, or their own is fucking shit, and they can't get the girl they actually want. 99% of the time, men can't even cuff the girl they fucking want. So they're hating on their friend. Women aren't like that. We don't do that. Don't get me wrong. There are exceptions. There are men who are good male friends. They support their friend. They give them good advice.
And there are women that aren't.
And there are women that aren't.
But most of
the time, this is super sexist, but as you know.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Look, at the end of the day, though, I think it's most likely that he isn't lying.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of going to be more of a chance that he actually did sleep with someone. If
you never know, because guys lie.
That's what I was saying in the beginning.
No, you are right then. You're actually initially right, because how many times have we heard about guys lying about doing stuff when they haven't done it? That's quite scary.
Yeah, freaky.
It's fucking scary.
They lie. She sucked my dick.
They lie.
She didn't.
In fact, it's probably more likely that he's lying.
I hear on a bloody monthly basis. Like just last week, one of my mates, he messaged me saying, Anna, who's this guy on my TikTok live? He's going on TikTok live saying that he rejected you and that you were begging it with him and that you dated. And I was like, who? And he showed me the picture, and it was some guy I went to college with.
Some guy in our college.
Yeah, some guy in my college. And like, he's actually going around on TikTok live telling everybody
on
that.
On TikTok live as well?
It's so weird.
So basically, chances are the guy is most likely lying. I actually think it's probably.
Oh yeah, it's happened to me. It happened to me so many times.
Saying that, still, I would still have the trust issues if I'm on the receiving end of experiencing that as a girlfriend. I would have trust issues and I wouldn't believe him. But most of the time, men are lying. So
yeah.
Anyway,
all right. Anyway, moving on. Next dilemma. We got. My best friend says she gets bad energy from my fiancé and she doesn't like him. I asked her what she means by that. And she said she can't put her finger on it and that she's just got a bad gut feeling that he's going to ruin my life. I don't understand. I don't think energy and gut feelings are a good enough reason. He's the best man to me. I can't fault him and I love him. At the same time, she's my best friend and I love her. Is there something that she can see that I can't? Am I making a mistake by not listening to her?
Mate, what kind of fortune telling fucking black magic juju is that?
Yeah, I know.
Because she must see something. She better keep that bad energy away from my wedding. She ain't invited. She's going to come in pale colours. Why is she going to come in pale colours, man, and loads of cleavage? She's bad energy.
We just sat here saying how men and be like, you know, not jealous because they don't have a relationship and they give you putting bad energy on your relationship. And we just got our next dilemma, just shut us up.
Shut us up, man. Sometimes we need to get put in our place.
Yeah, sometimes you see this is a girl doing it.
It's because we've been around so many great women in our life and I've seen so many like negative things from men. That's why we've got, unfortunately, quite a biased view.
Yeah, whereas look, at the end of the day, maybe her friend is getting really bad gut feelings. You know, I'm a person that gets bad gut feelings. Like I really trust my gut feelings on things. And
I fucking don't know, man.
Really, I'm usually really good with gut feelings. But the thing is, even if she has a gut feeling, she shouldn't be telling her friend. I think that's wrong because it's a gut feeling. It's not something that's in stone.
Like
it's not proof. It's a gut feeling. But
you said you feel really strong about your gut feeling.
Doesn't matter.
Do you have gut feelings about me?
No.
I want to know if you do, man. I don't have any bad gut feelings about you and counselling.
I don't have well, your gut feelings don't matter anyway because you said they're bullshit.
I've got a gut feeling that like you ain't going to be happy when it's out in that bloody Greek club area, right?
That's not a gut feeling. That's not a gut feeling, Manny. That's a fact.
Yeah, but do you know what it is? I don't trust my gut feelings because you know what's got intrusive thinking, yeah? Any thought could start feeling like gut feeling and my thoughts get really distorted, like what's a real thought and what's not a thought and what's just like a paranoia and what's a gut feeling. Paranoias become gut feelings.
I get what you mean. Yeah, it is very warped.
Oh, I like that word, warped.
Sometimes I feel like, sometimes I feel like my head's very
why is it you have any gut feelings about me?
No, I don't have any gut feelings about you.
Keep them to your damn motherfucker, take it to your grave, bitch.
That's what I think. I don't think...
No, I'll be annoyed though. Gingerman fucks me over and you're like, I had a gut feeling. I'm really pissed off.
No, even if that happened, which won't ever happen, stop putting it out there. I don't think you should share gut feelings. I really don't. I don't think it's right because gut feelings aren't, unless they're coming off something. Like I got a feeling because of he did this. Then you can share it with your friend. But if it's just, I have a feeling.
Yeah.
That's not enough of a reason.
I wouldn't want to tell her wedding. She's like, I can't put my finger on it.
She loves her friend, Mandy. She's not going to, she says, she's my best friend.
I'm paranoid, man. The intrusive thoughts are coming from me. I'm paranoid.
Imagine
she can't put her finger on it. It's because she ain't got a ring on it.
You have to put yourself in that position. What if it was you and your friend or me?
My friend, bro, shut the fuck up. I do not want that.
Would you not invite me to a wedding if I said that to you?
You're different. You're my sister.
Okay, your bestest friend, our cousins, or Sadaba.
I have a bad feeling, a really bad feeling. I think it's going to ruin your life. No. Imagine I'm saying my vows with a quarter of my eyes to you. Like, I'm like, I have like, sometimes I think these lovely sentences and I want them as vows.
I don't think sentences.
Like,
how did you suddenly just go on to this?
I don't care what the world thinks of us. I think the world of you.
Oh, that's really cute.
And then imagine my friend with those feelings. She's going to be there like,
I am the world.
Gonna end, bitch.
Oh, I am the world.
Yeah.
I am the world.
I know, I've got shit to tell you, man. I forgot.
What?
So basically, yeah. Like, you know, when I went out the other day with Ginger's friends and they're his girlfriends, yeah, they're Turkish Cypriot and they're really into this like fortune telling, Turkish coffee cup reading, psychics, and they go and see them and they go and see the real deal.
Well, that's what I wanted on the podcast.
Yeah, that was, okay, so I know, the real deal, but they're not, they can't even speak proper English.
Yeah, but that's why I want on the podcast. I want a proper, like, you know.
They're like real.
Yeah.
Anyway, Anna, they like, it's mad. They will tell you
everything.
Your whole life.
That's what I want.
But it's really scary, apparently. It's like bad luck to do it.
Yeah, apparently you shouldn't let it into your life.
Yeah.
Like that.
And there's this one girl who's got goosebumps talking about this. So one of the girls, she was talking about how her friend went to see a psychic, yeah? And then the psychic like had tarot cards and picked up the cards and was like, I can't read this. I can't read this. I won't read this to you. Yeah? And then she's like, why? Like, please, I paid. She's like, sorry. Like, and her face was like that. And then, I got goosebumps, yeah? And then she was like, okay, that was weird. So she went to another one, like in the village, another one, and exactly the same thing happened.
Is this in Cyprus?
In one of them's in Istanbul. Yeah, that one was in Istanbul. And then the other one I think was in the UK.
So did she ever know what it was?
And then the other one was like, I'm sorry, like, of course, it's making me laugh because, sorry, obviously I'm not a very superstitious person. So for me, like, taking this so seriously is a bit weird. She was like, the other one was like, I can't, I'm sorry, I can't. And that basically means, yeah. And it means something so bad that they refuse to read it to you. And anyway, this girl, she's like, whenever I'm, you know, like around her, I get a bit scared because like, what if something happens, you know?
Oh God,
yeah, it's really scary.
Really scary.
Really interesting stories.
Now you just put me off seeing it on.
Yeah, it kind of put me off as well, but they're so into it. They made me so into it. Like the girls I was talking to.
What if that happens to me? Then I'm already a paranoid mess. And I'm going to be like, every fucking step I take, I think I'm going to fall and crack my head.
I know. The girls I was talking to though, if they were like so into it, and like if they made it, it's like so cool. But anyway,
back to the dilemma. So basically her friend's got a bad feeling about him. I mean, look, I don't think it's right of her to be telling you, and I don't think you should let it play on your head, because it must play on her, because she goes like, oh, is there something she can see that I can't? It's not right. It's wrong.
I don't think it's right as well.
No.
That'll imagine you're going to be paranoid your whole marriage.
Yeah. Okay. Next, I've got...
What's our advice? We don't even give you advice. Cut that friend off.
No, my advice was that not to take... I think she should tell her friend, you know.
Like you have bad energy from him. I'm having bad energy from you.
Yeah.
And like keep your energy to yourself. Like I want to be positive.
Exactly.
I want to manifest good things.
Exactly.
I don't want to hear about this again.
It's happened to me before, you know, whereas I've had a friend that said, you know, about my boyfriend, I just don't like him.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, I just don't. And I said, why? Like, why? Yeah. And she said, I just don't. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I mean, it's happened to me before, but it wasn't that deep to be like, bad feeling, he's going to ruin your life. She just said, I don't like him.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Like, I know my relationship, I know him. That's what's the most important thing.
Can't be too superstitious as well. Like, too much of it gets to your head.
Okay, I've got here. I found out that my best friend was cheated on by her boyfriend, who basically happens to be a close family member.
Oh, God.
Basically, almost like a brother to me. Their relationship is toxic as fuck. She's a lot to handle, but at the same time, she really needs to leave him. But I just know, even if I told her, it would just break her heart and hurt her, but she would still never leave him.
Oh.
Also, he's my blood, and I would potentially lose both of them. Because obviously he'll also cut her off, because he'll be like, why did you tell?
Trust.
Yeah, why did you tell her? And she'll probably not leave him. So like,
she'll probably cut her off as well. Do you know what? If I feel like the girl's a proper mug and like she ain't gonna leave him, then she needs to know.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
I've been in these situations a lot, you know, and I see it like this. Like, firstly, you need to just balance out who's closer to you. I think that's what. That's the bottom line. Like,
because literally ain't really your business anyway.
It
in the
ain't
first
your business,
place.
but I know carrying that is a lot.
Yes,
carrying that knowledge and being around someone when you have that knowledge is horrible.
It's horrible.
It is very horrible. So in these situations, you need to balance out who's closer to you. Like, is she closer to you or is he closer to you? Because if she's closer to you,
then you have to tell her.
Then you should tell her, because it's only right. She's your best friend, right?
Yeah, I know, but a lot of people disagree and be like, it's not about who's closer to you, it's about doing the right thing. That's what I'm struggling with lately. Do you know what I mean? I'm having this really conscious crisis. Why is it about who's closer to you? Why is it not about going through this world and standing for what's right?
Because...
But it's like, if I murdered someone, Anna, would you call the police on me?
No.
You wouldn't. Because we're just as people, we just go with what's closer.
No, not always. Not always.
Not always, because if you got into a fight with Cosmetic and you were wrong, I tell you you're wrong.
Exactly.
But when it comes to some big ass shit,
yeah,
I don't fucking know, man.
I don't know either.
You know, I don't really know. I'll tell you the truth, about me. I'm gonna do that as well. They're closer to me, I'm gonna tell them. If they're not close to me, I'm gonna take it to my grave. Do you know what I mean? But
the problem here is that she wouldn't leave him anyway. So what's the point?
Yeah.
So even if she's closer to him,
you never know how that information might contribute to a decision later on. Like I might not be ready to leave right now, but like with an accumulation of information and facts that pushes you towards leaving.
Right.
Look, it's toxic and she's a lot to handle because he's obviously mistreating her. Like I always hear, oh, she's a lot to handle, this relationship's really toxic. Well, you're telling me she's a lot to handle, you're telling me the relationship's toxic, and you're telling me you cheat on her. So in my head, I'm putting that together as it's toxic and because she's a lot to handle, and she's a lot to handle because he's a cheating, deceiving person, and she's struggling with something's not right. I'm getting mixed messages. I don't know where I stand. I can't read his mind. What's going on?
Exactly.
Does he love me? Does he not? Is he loyal to me? Is he not? And when a woman's dealing with all of that, like uncertainty, it makes her crazy.
Right, exactly. I agree. Exactly. It's true. Most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time. Otherwise, there are some...
Sometimes I'd be acting crazy anyway.
Sometimes bitches be acting crazy anyway.
Yeah. I mean, look, I really do think though, I know what you mean, that it does add up and it's accumulation of things, but still, like, you don't want to be the person that gives the news if she ain't going to leave.
Yeah.
You just don't.
And also the fact that he's a family friend, and it is hella complicated. What I would do is I'd stick it on him though. And I'm making feel really shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how could you do that? It's not, if you don't want to be with someone and you want to sleep around, you set them free.
I
Why
agree.
are you keeping them in a toxic relationship? If she won't leave you, just leave her. Be a good person, do the right thing. And you know, even with her, even if I won't tell her the truth, I still tell her, I don't think he's treating you right. I don't think you can trust him, and you deserve better.
Yeah, I agree. I'm giving really good advice.
Am
Amazing, yeah. I think you just have to, exactly what Mandy said, I have nothing to say.
We got nothing to say.
I have nothing to say. Mandy said everything on point. I've got one more last dilemma, and Mandy, it's to you.
What?
Yeah. It's directed to you. It says, hey besties, I have a question which is more directed to Mandy. I myself have OCD. I was diagnosed about 8 years ago. I've never been on an aeroplane before, and I have my first holiday in a month. My intrusive thoughts are going insane, and I've convinced myself I will die on this plane. I cannot get it out of my head. So my question is, do you have similar thoughts when flying? And if so, how do you calm yourself down? I love you girls. Thank you for reading my dilemma. Oh, how does she know? I'm going to read her dilemma.
Oh, how sweet.
Sweet, I know. So, I mean, look, I'm going to let you answer, but I'm going to say something before I let you answer, because I feel like recently, I think I mentioned it before as well on the podcast, like the last year or so, I've been getting a lot more paranoid in terms of like, I always feel like if Mandy's walking in front of me, she's going to drop or fall or trip over, or my boyfriend, or if I'm in the car, I'm always like constantly thinking the car's going to crash.
Yeah, me too, about car crashing.
I'm just, even if I'm on a plane, I feel like that as well. I'm become a bit of a paranoid person. Even when I'm walking anywhere, I'm always thinking I'm going to drop, I'm going to fall. So, I mean, I don't know how to handle it. I just want to say it, that I'm suffering.
So trying to take my like mental health problem from me.
I know, but it's just so weird that I've got that recently. Like, I don't even know what's going on.
Why do you make out like you're so normal all the time?
Yeah, you know what? The funny thing is, I was actually thinking about this recently, like last...
Because when we had that conversation, you were like...
Yeah, so I was thinking about this actually recently, because in Dubai, you were talking a lot about your mental health to me. And I was thinking recently that, you know what, like I have a lot of problems as well. I just think I don't talk about it as much. And I think a lot of people suffer from a lot of problems. They might not be as vocal about it. And then I was thinking to myself that maybe I should start talking about things more, because maybe it would help me. I'm just a very much more closed book. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't think my mental health is as bad as yours. Yeah. And I'm not going to say it is, because I don't think it is. I think everyone's got, but I'm not completely okay. I still have my own issues. I just don't speak about them as much.
It's quite weird though. Like when, for example, I had those like 3 days in like Dubai where I was like talking to you a lot about like my intrusive thoughts and things like that. And then from the moment like those 3 days ended, I would say like my mental health is great.
So maybe all you had to do was talk to me.
So it's like I don't really say much. Sometimes I feel like at that moment, my mental health is so bad. But in general, I was trying to say that to you as well. Like 90% of my like life, if I take the last 10 years, for example, my mental health most of the time is really good. Like I don't have any paranoias really, or intrusive thoughts really, or like anything. But then when I do have them, I really fall into it really bad. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. Like,
so what do you think? Do you think just talking about it helped you?
But if still, I have to accept that I went through something that most people have never gone through. What I went through was like years of suffering and, you know, like
That's why I say I don't think mine is as bad as yours.
But I still take into consideration that lives inside of me because I went through, like from the age of 16, I went through a few years of being like suffering really, really badly with mental health. So I take into consideration that like I probably may have those triggers inside of me still. But otherwise, touch wood, I've managed to like control them. And it just gets, every year it gets less and less. So I just want to say, if I can kind of overcome the worst depths of intrusive thinking and OCD, I feel like there's hope for anyone, because I mean, your intrusive thoughts sound like a fucking, you know, mine were even worse, I would say, like even more disturbing and horrible. And it was to the point where I couldn't function. Like I became like physically unwell because of how bad my mental health was. And look, I think it did help me a lot talking. I feel like no matter how crazy you might sound to someone, if it's someone who really knows you and trusts you, it's important to talk. The only people I would talk to is really Anna now. I talked to my mum mainly when I was like 16, but like now I would talk to Anna. But what's helped me a lot,
I don't really, that person doesn't really have to say much back. Like, it's not like I mean,
I think it does help a lot when someone says something back.
What do you think I said that helped you, just that you're not what?
I feel like when I've questioned like
yourself,
something's wrong with me.
And I'm like
when you are just like, but there's not, like, who cares? Like, oh my God, whatever. That makes me feel like it's actually, to be honest, like there's way bigger problems in this fucking world. Like, then, do you know what I mean? But one thing I would say that, like, if I was in your situation, what would help me with intrusive thoughts, and it's helped me before in the past, like, if I have that thought that I'm going to get on a plane and it's going to crash and I'm going to pass away and I'm, you know, that's going to be it and that's going to happen. And I've convinced myself, because with repetitive thoughts, you convince yourself and they become physical feelings. That's why I said gut feelings are dangerous, because with people who have really bad OCD, they might even feel physical urges to do something bad. Or they might feel, when it's not really, it's just because your brain is basically sending, if you read books and you do research, right, your brain is sending now signals.
Right.
And your brain is in fear. When your body's in fear, you start getting physical feelings. So you might having this gut feeling now, this is going to happen. But the best advice I can give to you, I know it sounds so insane to say, but accepting that fate now. Because if you say to yourself, okay, so the worst case scenario is I am going to get on that plane and that's going to happen. Now, if you say to yourself, okay, well, if that's going to happen, that's what's going to happen then. And it's happened to people before, and it's going to happen to people in the future, and it's going to happen, and I'm going to die, and I don't know what's going to happen after that. Could be heaven, could be hell, could be nothing. I have accepted that fate. And when you get on that plane and then you land, that fear leaves your body.
Right, yeah.
Because it's a really weird thing.
Yeah, like guys, by the way, we're not mental health therapists, and Mandy's not a therapist.
I'm not.
She's just saying
what's worked for me.
What's worked for her. And I personally think that's really good, like a good strategy.
Yeah.
It might not work for everybody, but it might work for some.
Yeah.
So
like even whatever your thought might be, oh my God, I've watched this documentary now, I'm worried. What if I'm not going to be like Jeffrey Dahmer? What if I'm like that? What if I'm like that? And then there's people like constantly go crazy, like worrying, what if they're like something? And then you just be like, okay, maybe I am. And then next thing you realize you're just living your life as a normal person. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like the fear is what you're obsessing about.
Yeah.
You're just obsessing about something.
The fear.
That, yeah.
Just,
I can't explain it.
Am
I making sense?
Yeah, yes. Instead of like constantly stressing your mind, thinking about something over and over again, just accept it.
And when you accept it, it just goes.
It goes. Yeah, it goes.
Do you know what I mean? Because what is you're constantly going around in your head is the fear of it happening, not it actually being true.
And it's not going to happen, really.
It's not going to happen.
You know, you're going to be fine. I mean, I've experienced as well in the past where I've dated someone that had really bad as well, mental health when it came to traveling, like getting onto trains and planes and things like that, or motorways. He wouldn't be able to go. And we just did it slowly. Like we just one day went on a platform, sat on the platform. I mean, you can't do that really with a plane. Maybe you can actually like prepare, go to the airport, and if that's going to help. I don't know. I mean, it helped him.
Yeah.
We'd go to the platform a few times and sit there. We'd get on a train and go on one stop. It's a bit more difficult with a plane, but
I think things that we fear take over our mind.
Uh-huh.
Like what we fear, what what like we have phobia to, what's forbidden, and like these things can become obsessive. And if you just don't allow them to become fears, then they're more likely to just drift away.
Yeah, and then once you overcome it once, then you're just gonna just be able to overcome it again and again. I mean, because my ex, he'd be catching flights now anywhere, everywhere, absolutely fine. Yeah, and he never for like 10 years even went on a train. So it's possible, and you know, I think you can overcome it. It's almost
like someone who has like an OCD about germs, like. They say that the way that they have to deal with that is by like just, you know, not washing their hands. Do you know what I mean? Like they feel like they need to wash their hands. Just don't. And then when you don't and nothing happens, you realize that, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway, look, I'm, like Anna said, I'm not an expert. I just telling you what kind of works for me. Kind of accepting the worst case scenario makes you realize that actually the worst case scenario isn't true.
Yeah.
And then I think it would help like reading. There's so many like amazing books on like OCD and intrusive thinking. There's so much to learn about it. It's like the brain is just such a complicated, complex organ. I don't think that like other people aren't going through their own sort of like issues.
Exactly. That's what I was trying to say to you. I think everyone is. Some people might not be as vocal, so don't feel like you're alone. A lot more people than you think are going through things, and
they're just not talking about it. So.
Yeah. But guys, on that note, what a weird note to end on.
I know.
I don't know how to end this now.
Well, look, guys, everyone has, you know, their own issues or mental health problems, and a lot of people don't have it. But it's just the best thing is to talk about it and share it. Because the more people share, the more people feel like, oh, so I'm not alone.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
It's true.
Like mental health is important for men and women, for everyone.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I agree. And on that note, we love you and thank you for supporting us. And if you want to get extra episodes, make sure you subscribe to our Patreon. There's an extra episode every single Thursday on there. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and like and comment. We love you and we will see you next week.
We love you.
Bye-bye.